Hey guys, Jennifer here with the Family Fudge, and welcome to the first subscriber lunch Sunday of 2020. If this is your first time finding my channel, welcome. I share lots and lots of lunch ideas every week. On Saturdays, I share the school lunches I make for my kids throughout the week. But on Sundays, I make lunch ideas sent in by my subscribers. In today's video, all of the lunch ideas I'm making are great if you or your kids are picky eaters. That's right, all of the foods I'm making this week are really popular and highly requested, so a large majority of people will enjoy these lunches. If you're looking for some people-pleasing lunch ideas, stay tuned. And you guys, don't forget to stick around until the end of the video so I can tell you how to send in a lunch idea for next week's episode. I'm kicking things off with a lunch idea sent in by Miley Williams. Miley is from Mississippi, and when she sent in her lunch idea, she didn't request a specific theme, but I decided to go with a Trolls theme, and that's because for Miley's sweet treat, she requested a sugar cookie, and I recently found these super adorable Trolls sugar cookies at Walmart. Check these out, you guys. They are super cute. It comes with a little pink and blue troll in here. I've actually been seeing a lot of Trolls merchandise pop up in the stores recently, and I think it's because this new Trolls World Tour movie is going to be coming out soon. You guys will have to let me know in the comments down below if you plan on seeing it. So for this lunch today, instead of starting with the main course like I normally do, I'm going to go ahead and get these sugar cookies into the oven first. Now, I love that these look so cute right out of the box. You really don't even need to decorate them. I'm just going to go ahead and pop them into the oven for about 10 minutes. So while those are in the oven, I am going to go ahead and get started on the main course. And for Miley's lunch today, she requested a type of pizza. Now, according to my internet research, pizza is #1 on the list of foods that even if you're a picky eater, you probably still enjoy. And for Miley's lunch, she actually requested pizza rolls. Now, there's actually a lot of different ways that you can make pizza rolls. And of course, the easiest would probably be just to buy the pre-made Totino's pizza rolls. But today, I'm gonna try something a little bit different. So I've started by adding a little bit of flour to my cutting board. I want to make sure that my pizza dough does not stick. And now I'm just using some store-bought ready-made pizza dough, and I'm going to very carefully roll it out. Now for these pizza rolls, I'm actually going to be stuffing each one with an entire stick of mozzarella cheese. So I want to make sure to cut this dough just a little bit bigger than a piece of string cheese. And it looks like I'm probably going to get about 10 pizza rolls out of this recipe. So now that my dough is prepared, it's time to add some pizza sauce. Now the trick here is to not add too much. It really just takes a very small amount. In fact, if you add too much, it's going to make it really hard to seal these pizza rolls, and the sauce will probably just ooze out as they're cooking. Next, I'm going to go ahead and add just a few slices of turkey pepperoni, and I did go ahead and cut these little pepperonis in half. That way they would fit a lot better inside of these pizza rolls. And then last but not least, I'm adding 1 piece of string cheese right on top. So now that we have all of our ingredients for our pizza rolls, it's time to actually roll them up. What I like to do is to start by tucking in both ends of the pizza roll, just like this. Then I'll actually roll the string cheese in the dough, almost like how you would roll a burrito. Now I'm just going to repeat this process until all of my pizza rolls are rolled up. So now I'm going to go ahead and add these pizza rolls to my oven. And now these actually cook really fast in the oven. They only take about 10 to 12 minutes. For Miley's lunch today, I'm going to go ahead and add 2 of these little pizza rolls right onto the tray. And just for fun, I'm going to go ahead and add a couple of these troll picks right on top. Now moving on to the fruit, I'm going to go ahead and add a separate container over here on the side. I know a lot of picky eaters do not like their foods to touch, so I'm going to make sure to keep the fruit separate over on this side. And for Miley's lunch today, she requested a combination of orange segments and strawberries. And I did go ahead and cut these strawberries into little heart shapes. It's super easy to do, and they turn out cute every time. I'll add a few more little picks into here and then move on to the veggies. And then over in this section, I'm going to add some carrots. And to go along with her carrots, Miley requested either ranch for dipping or hummus. And since I'm actually out of hummus, I'm going with the ranch. Next, I'm moving on to Miley's snack. She requested some pizza flavored Pringles, so I'll add just a few right into here. And then I've left just enough space for those super adorable Trolls sugar cookies. I think they turned out so cute. I'm gonna go ahead and add one pink cookie and one blue cookie as well. And then to complete Miley's lunch, I'm going to be adding in a fruit flavored water. And there you have it, guys. There's everything in Miley's lunch. Okay guys, what do you think so far? What has been your favorite?
My favorite has been the cookies. My favorite was probably the pizza roll.
And Lily?
My favorite is the strawberries.
Ooh. What about you, Griffin?
I want the
You like the chips?
I want the
Did you like your little cookie?
no.
They're so fun. Next up, I'm going to be making Nevaeh's lunch. Nevaeh is from Marion, Virginia, and for her lunch today, she requested either a Moana, a Frozen, or a Rapunzel themed lunch. And as you guys can probably guess, there are actually so many Frozen themed foods available right now, so that's what I'm going with. Now, I would love to know in the comments down below if you've seen both Frozen 1 and Frozen 2, which one is your favorite? So for Nevaeh's main course, she requested some chicken and cheese taquitos. Now, these taquitos are definitely a favorite around here. They are super tasty, they're not too spicy, and they are super quick to make. Now, believe it or not, these chicken and cheese taquitos happen to be one of my go-to potluck party foods. They are so great to bring to a party. Now, of course, you could go ahead and just bake these in the oven, but these days I really enjoy making them in my air fryer. It's super quick and it makes them nice and crispy on the outside. Now, to go along with these taquitos, I'm also going to add just a small little container of salsa for dipping. For Nevaeh's fruit today, she requested strawberries, so I'm just adding some sliced strawberries over here. I'm going to add an adorable little Olaf pick right in here as well. Then over on this side, I'm adding Nevaeh's vegetable. She requested baby carrots. Next, to go along with Nevaeh's lunch, she also requested some yogurt. So I thought it would be really fun to add these Frozen themed yogurts. These little yogurt cups are on the smaller side, so they're perfect for throwing into lunch boxes. And of course, they're extra cute with all the Frozen characters on the outside. Oh yes, and I almost forgot. Nevaeh requested just a couple of colorful sprinkles on top of the yogurt. So I'm just gonna add a few right on here. Try not to spill them everywhere. And then I can move on to Nevaeh's snack. She requested some cheese flavored crackers. So I thought instead of just going with goldfish, it would be really cute to add these Frozen themed Cheez-It crackers. There's Anna, Olaf, Elsa, a leaf, and a snowflake. So I'm just gonna add a small container of these right here on the side. And then for Nevaeh's sweet treat, she requested M&Ms. So I decided to go ahead and just add some purple M&Ms only. I thought that would go really well with a Frozen themed lunch. And then lastly, for Nevaeh's drink today, she requested a grape flavored water. So I'm gonna go ahead and add a bottle of that right on the side with, of course, the Anna topper on top. Okay guys, this next lunch idea was sent in by Savannah. Savannah is from Louisiana, and for her lunch today, she requested a Mickey Mouse theme, which is definitely one of my favorite. I am a huge Mickey Mouse fan, and you're going to be seeing a lot of Mickey Mouse in today's lunch for sure, starting with the main course. For Savannah's lunch, I'm going to start by making a Mickey waffle. For this, I'm just using my favorite pancake and waffle mix. And you guys, I think that having breakfast for lunch is a great idea, especially for picky eaters. Because I don't know about you guys, but my kids will never turn down things like pancakes and waffles. They love them at all hours of the day. So to make this Mickey waffle, I'm going to go ahead and pull out my Mickey waffle iron. I found this on Amazon. It is so adorable, and it works pretty well as long as I remember to add a little bit of nonstick spray before I add the batter. I'm just going to add about 1 scoop of the batter right into the iron. While it's cooking, I'll snap a couple of pictures for Instagram, and after just a few minutes, it's ready to go. Next, to go along with these waffles, Savannah also requested Mickey Mouse chicken nuggets. Now, I don't know if you guys have ever tried the combination of chicken and waffles, but it's actually a really good combination. And of course, these ones are perfect because they're also Mickey Mouse shaped. Now, I found these ones at a store called Sam's Club, which is a lot like a Costco. These chicken nuggets are gluten-free. And these days, my favorite way of making chicken nuggets is in my air fryer. They cook super fast and they get nice and crispy on the outside. So now that the chicken and waffle are done, I can go ahead and add them to my tray. And I think they look super cute, but I think it might look even better if I rearrange them just a bit. Yes, I definitely like that a lot better. So now that that's done, I'm moving on to Savannah's fruit. She requested apples with peanut butter. I went ahead and sliced the apple in half, and then I used my Mickey Mouse cookie cutter to cut out this really fun shape. And then of course, to go along with the apple, I'm also including a little container of peanut butter. So the idea is to actually dip the apple in the peanut butter and eat it like that. And then over on the other side, Savannah also requested some cucumber slices. So I'm going to use these cucumber slices to create a not so hidden Mickey. I have 3 larger slices in the center, 3 smaller slices on the side, and then 3 slices on the other side. Kind of a Mickey Mouse shape. You get the idea. For Savannah's snack today, she requested goldfish crackers, and I thought it would be completely appropriate to add the Mickey Mouse shaped ones. I'm just going to add a handful of these crackers to this separate Mickey Mouse snack holder. And then for Savannah's sweet treat, she requested some cosmic brownies. One of the most requested treats for sure. So I'm going to go ahead and just unwrap 1 brownie, break it apart into 2 pieces, and then just for fun, I'm going to add a little Mickey Mouse pick right in the center. And now to finish off Savannah's lunch, she also requested either a juice or water, and you guys already know I'm definitely using a Mickey Mouse bottle for this. As you can see, I have quite the collection. I have the green Mickey topper, the American flag Mickey topper, what I would call a traditional Mickey topper. I have a Mickey and the Roadster Racer topper and a vintage Mickey topper as well. But for Savannah's lunch, I'm going to go ahead and add just the traditional classic Mickey. And there you have it, guys. I just love how this lunch turned out. Okay guys, what did you think?
I really loved it.
I think this one turned out really cute. What was your favorite part?
My favorite part was the chicken nuggets. My favorite part was the bounty. I liked the waffles that have on the cucumber.
All right,
Mommy?
Jack. Yes, what'd you like? The crackers?
Brownie.
The crackers and the brownie. Good job, guys. Now that brings us to Lizzie's lunch. Lizzie is from Salt Lake City, Utah, and for her lunch today, she actually requested a gold-themed lunch, but unfortunately, I was having a really hard time finding gold-themed accessories. So instead, I decided to go with these little emoji faces. They're definitely not gold, but they are at least yellow, so it kind of works. Maybe, sort of. We're gonna go with it. So for Lizzie's main course, she requested mac and cheese. But instead of using regular elbow noodles, Lizzie requested rotini noodles instead. For Lizzie's mac and cheese, she requested a homemade version. Now, I've tried a lot of different mac and cheese recipes in my day, but to make this quick and easy, I'm gonna go ahead and use this Instant Pot mac and cheese recipe I found on sixsisters.com. Well, technically, I'm going to be starting with their recipe and then I'm going to make a few changes. Now, the Six Sisters actually have their own YouTube channel, so I'll go ahead and add a link to their channel down below if you'd like to get their original recipe. So if you've never made mac and cheese in the Instant Pot before, it's actually super easy and super fast. I'm going to start by adding my entire 1-pound box of rotini noodles to my Instant Pot. Next, I'm adding 4 cups of chicken broth. And now at this point, I'm going to go ahead and add my lid on. I'll make sure it's on sealing, and then I cook these on manual for just 5 minutes. After a quick release, I can go ahead and add the rest of the ingredients. So I'm adding just a little bit of milk, some butter, a little bit of mustard. Then I'm going to stir that together. And then finally comes the cheese itself. Now you could add anywhere between 2 cups to 4 cups of cheese, depending on how cheesy you like it. And I'm just stirring until all the cheese is melted. And check it out, you guys. This really is super cheesy mac and cheese. It's definitely not a southern style mac and cheese. This definitely tastes a little bit different, especially since I use the chicken broth in there. But you guys, it definitely is super tasty. And of course, anytime I'm making lunch for a picky eater, mac and cheese is definitely high on the list. And again, mac and cheese is one of the most requested lunch ideas that I get. So now that the mac and cheese is done, it's time to move on to some fruit. For Lizzie's lunch today, she requested a Granny Smith apple, sliced with a little bit of caramel sauce on the side to dip them in. I think this is such a delicious combination, although it is kind of sticky and can be messy. Next, I'm going to move on to some vegetables, and I'm actually adding a combination of celery, cherry tomatoes, and baby carrots. And then for Lizzie's snack, she requested some Cheez-It crackers, but she specifically asked for the extra toasty flavor. Now, if you've never had these before, I definitely recommend them. To me, the extra toasty flavor doesn't taste burnt, so don't worry about that. To me, it just tastes extra cheesy. For Lizzie's sweet treat, she requested Rice Krispie treats. So I'm adding a few little star-shaped pieces. Next, I'm gonna add in a couple of these little emoji pics just for fun. And then the very last thing that Lizzie requested for her lunch is some pink lemonade. So I'm just gonna add a pouch of pink lemonade right on the side. Okay guys, so this week's video was all about lunch ideas for picky eaters. And in next week's video, I'm hoping to share some budget-friendly lunch ideas. I'm talking about yummy, nutritious lunches that don't cost a lot of money. So you guys, if you have a favorite budget-friendly lunch idea you'd like to send in to me, I'll go ahead and leave a link in the description box below. And if your lunch idea gets chosen, it will be featured in next week's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.